Hey, YouTubers, frugality versus being cheap. I like to think of myself as being frugal, not being cheap. I love experiences. I've been to Miami, God, 15 times, been to Hawaii, been to Costa Rica. I love going and experiencing things, but that's just me. I was talking to a client the other day who makes a really good income, but doesn't seem to be able to save any money. And she's getting ready to buy a house, and so she's kind of stressed out about that. But saying you need to know yourself, you need to know what you like, and then act accordingly, and just utilize some simple principles. Most Americans spend 30 to 40% of their revenue stream on housing. If you can, there's ways around that. You can look at if you're purchasing a property, you can get better financing. You can put more money down. You can get a smaller place. You can get a roommate. There's lots of different options that you can make if that's what you want. But if you want to spend the 30 to 40% on housing, then there are other areas that you can look at. Transportation, up to 20% of income is spent on, I think it's 17 to 20% on transportation. You can go buy a new car. I have a friend and he got this new vehicle and spent $80,000 on this car, and that's fine. If you have the money, do it. The same thing with, I have another friend who I like doing triathlons. And I have this little 25-year-old Centurion chromoly lightweight road bike that's probably a $200 road bike. And I gotta admit, I get this twisted pleasure out of passing these guys on, 10, 12, you can spend $15,000, $20,000 on a bike, which to me I think is absurd. But again, if you're into that and you have the money, then I'm not bashing anybody at all. That's just not my deal. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to triathlon, and I'm a bike mechanic, and I love to work on bikes. But there are ways that you can act frugally and live on a lot less and not spend a lot of money. I have another associate that he makes $250,000 a year, and he's constantly broke. But that's a choice. That's a choice that we make. So that the most important thing is kind of know yourself. And there's lots of areas that you can streamline in: housing, entertainment, transportation. I love buying and selling cars. I've never bought a new car. And I drive a really nice Mercedes that this is an $80,000 car. And I got it for, I got it for a lot less than that. But, that's what I like to do. And there are things that you can cover yourself. I'm not saying go out and buy a used car. Educate yourself. I have it checked out by mechanics. And there's lots of things that you can do. You're also taking a risk when you do that, but I kind of like the risk. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video on living frugally and doing the things that you want to do. First of all, you got to know who you are and know what you love to do. And I love to travel. When Rochelle and I went down the coast, that was awesome. We borrowed a van and we used points to stay in these really nice hotels, and we did things, had these great experiences, and it really didn't cost that much. But that's kind of like what we do. If you like going and spending a lot of money, then do that. Just look at other areas in your life and live within your budget. Make a budget. And life is spectacular and awesome, and you should be doing the things that you want to do. But just know who you are and know what you love to do, and have a budget and live within your parameters. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff, but you got to do it. It's a choice. It's a personal choice. So if you liked my little video on frugality versus being cheap, please share it. And please subscribe to my channel if you like the channel. Give me a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.